My name is Ben Okoth. I live in Kibera. I was born here. I've lived here. In Kibera, you can be killed anytime.
Pamoja FM sasa kipindi jahazi la mchezo kinaanza hori kwa Mwanambai na mwenzangu Hassan Mohamed ambaye baadaye tutakuingia kwa kuweza kujadili mambo matatu kuhusiana na maneno ya michezo. Leo wote walikuwa wanasikiza mitambo pamoja FM kwa mwendo wa saa 3 dakika kwa radio saa 9 dakika 13 ni kwamba rasmi kipindi jahazi la mchezo kila mwananga.
The main studio of Pamoja FM, and it is the only radio that is serving about 1.5 million people who are living within Kibera slum. We have kind of programs which focus on various programs that is affecting the society. Talk about unemployment, talk about domestic violence that is affecting women in our society, talk about violation of human rights, talk about political participation. We have all these kind of programs. We also have a program which is trying to restrain the youths about HIV, about drug abuse, and also try to transforming the youths in the society to become the leaders of tomorrow.
I met two men. They just drew me near the toilet. Took off my clothes, covered my mouth with a handkerchief. I could not scream, I could not talk. So he led me just near the toilet, and it was just dirty like this place you see here. He raped me. After finishing, he told the other one to do the same. He did the same, and I felt so bad because, you know, it was just near my house. I couldn't scream because I was ashamed. Maybe people could see me and then they will start talking about me, what they have seen and what they have witnessed. So I felt so bad. Before I could enter the house, another one also came from behind. He took me back there again. He did the same. That's when I started screaming. Then my neighbors came for my rescue.
Women are prisoners in their own homes, especially at night. So the rape situation here is something that we talk to a lot of women about. There are several women that came out and said, yes, it is true. I have been raped. I've been raped when I was going to the toilet. I've been raped when I was going to take a bath. I've been raped when I was just outside doing my thing, but it was at night and there was no electricity. So in the cover of darkness, therefore, there are lots of things that happen to women. A lot of women have not also come out to say that they have been victims of insecurity because of fear.
it is legal. Because when you're looking at drugs, also you're looking at what is legal and what is not legal. Some people don't want to risk taking the illegal drugs. So if it is legal, it's very available. And of course, what happens when you get hooked onto it? Now it's not you choosing, it's your body, you have to. It looks like a vegetable, you know, so people don't think of it as a drug, and they don't think it's bad because people always think if it's legal, then it can't be bad, because if it was legal, then the government would not ban it.
You see here, this is where Mira is brought from Meru. All these guys are fighting for Mira.
Oh,
yeah, you see? Yeah, it's a
Can you shoot it?
Yeah, shoot, you shoot. No, but we can't get closer, just shoot from, take photos, take what? Okay, here, turn left, open the window. From all this are selling Mira.
Chewing Mira can lead you to addiction, because Mira is a drug. It's a mood-altering drug, and it has the same effects somebody with alcohol, somebody who is taking heroin, because you're having problem with, at one point you're going to have problem with your finances, somebody is not able to work, they're spending the whole day, you know, just chewing Mira.
Whoever has money buys Mira.
Yeah, I'm saying this is a sign of Mira selling shop. So at times when you don't find it here, it means there's no Mira. But as soon as Mira comes, they tie it here. It's like a flag to raise the flag to say you're present. You know. So Mira is here, right? Yeah, that's the way. This is a sign. These are the leaves. These are banana leaves that are used to cover the Mira.
The market. There is a lot of people who controls the market, but it is a free market. There is no monopoly. I buy from Meru, the owners of the farms. I don't have a farm. Somalis doesn't have farms. These farms belongs to the Merus, the Kenyans. Yeah. I used to export Mira. I personally, I used to export to Great Britain and Holland. People charter every day approximately 10 planes. You know tons? 5 to 6 tons goes every night. It is official. Kenya gets a lot of money. The Mira which goes to Somalia, it ends in Somalia. The Mira which goes to Europe, it goes from Nairobi. Just like flowers, you see, like other vegetables.
I've heard that money from Mira in Europe is going to Al-Shabaab.
That's totally true. Yeah. This Al-Qaeda network.
They are just small leaves picked from very huge trees, and then they are packed, tied in small pieces called kilo. They call them kilo. Like if you buy one, they'll tell you this 1 kilo. If you buy 2 kilos. So they sell them per kilo. Not ordinary kilogram, but they call it kilo. I don't know the reason. So once you buy it, you chew it with some chewing gum. Mostly they like taking with chewing gum. Some prefer coffee. and then they just chew it. And once you chew it, you relax, and also you won't fall asleep easily. And most people who like using it are the drivers and the watchmen, the security people, because once you chew it, you'll stay awake for a very long period of time.
It's called Veve. Ndesh, we got a Jing Jong, Veve, Gomba, Mira.
So what it does to the brain is that it keeps the brain alert for a long period of time. And if you know very well about the brain, our brain needs time to rest. So the more you chew it, the more you stay awake. So your brain doesn't have time to relax. So most people who use it, you'll find that at the end of the day after using Mira, they'll become very tired, a certain form of fatigue, whereby sometimes even you can open your eyes, you walk, but your brain is not functioning. And there has been a serious problem with accidents in Kenya, whereby a driver comes, chew Mira the whole day, at night is chewing Mira, the next day still driving, and then he reaches a point whereby now he cannot even get control of his body. He's completely out of his senses, and with that, the vehicle can easily lose control, and the vehicle can crash and even kill people. We have now had a number of cases, especially buses and truck drivers, doing this kind of thing. If I may talk of like the number of people who use it is a big number, especially the youth. They start when they are youth, and if say you go to a club in the evening, you'll find most youth chewing Mira. Why? Because they want to be awake throughout the night. If they don't do so, they'll fall asleep. So the best way, they go for Mira. So they chew and chew and chew, and at the end of the day, next day they are very, very, very tired. And these youth are mostly aged between, who like going to the club, mostly between 10 and like 35. Even though they are all men doing it, but youth are the majority chewing this substance. I don't know whether this is all that true, but if you see most people who are chewing Mira, they are very, very thin. It's because they don't eat.
Who controls the market?
Nobody controls the market as such. I won't say the government or anybody. But it's legal because it's an export product every day. We're exporting Mira every day. Biggest customers for Mira are Somali. Somali guys from Somalia, you know the population of Somali in our country here, there's so many, especially the Sili area. So people who consume Mira a lot, from young ones to old men, even the ladies, the women, they chew Mira. It's all here in Sili.
I think the reason why this thing is legal is influenced politically, because if we look at the region where it comes from, there are politicians who are very strong and have power, and they influence the government in one way or the other. So since this is the main cash crop in the area, and this is the only way that these people earn a living, it has been a challenge to eradicate this crop. So it's more or less like, okay, it's affecting our health, but at the same time we are giving money the priority. So it's just a balance between effects and getting the money.
My life in Kibera, I can say it's simple and normal, like a normal person. Inside, I think I'm black, having originated from Africa, Kenya specifically. with parents who are Kenyan, African, black. So I think I'm just black.
Now we have a special report for you from Tanzania, where members of the albino community, they're calling for police protection after more than 20 of them have been killed in a series of grisly killings in the past year.
When you kill albino or have, for example, a hand of albino or any part of the albino, you'll be leech.
Many people believe about magic. They believe that if they get one part of the albino or the whole body of albino, they can use it so that they can get more money.
Kenya is also a place where women do not get that much equal rights or things like that. So the father will say, how come it is that both of us are black and how is this child white? You know, maybe there's somebody else white in the neighborhood, that's how it must be his child. So many of them actually abandon the mothers, they abandon the children. Many of these children, like almost whatever children the Albinism Foundation has reached, we have found almost 60 to 65% of children with albinism are single parent children.
Oh, this is where I do my shaving. No, it's a barber shop.
Our mother never used to tell us we were born. She used to tell us we were dropped by a helicopter. My mom was telling me they were asking themselves why is it happening that way. I feel different. I feel I don't like myself. I feel, why is this situation this way? Why was I born here? And stuff like that. The reason behind the killings in Tanzania was people wanted to get rich faster, and there were the witch doctors that who came with this theory that if you take some parts, specifically the head and the private parts of persons with albinism, and you take them to witch doctors or witchcrafts or people who deal with stuff like that, when they go, I don't know what they do with them, but the person becomes rich, so people are hunting them.
It was around 8 when I was eating with my husband outside. 4 men came. They started to attack my husband with machetes. He tried to defend himself by putting his hands over his head, but the men kept shouting, "We want your legs, we want your legs."
I don't know why people also think that these people have some supernatural powers that they can, you know, and some terrible things, that if you have sex with a person with albinism, your HIV can get cured. Ridiculous things like that.
They lashed out, slashing his hands first before cutting off his legs. He was screaming in pain. I ran to try and get help, but by the time I returned, my husband was dead.
They think this ridiculous belief that people with albinism don't die, you know, because they have not seen any person with albinism, you know, whose photograph appeared in the newspaper as though that person has died. But that's absolutely ridiculous. They probably don't have money to put it in the newspaper. But of course they have totally normal lifespans. They have everything. Even there's a very funny behavior among the Maasais, that if a pregnant woman sees a person with albinism, she should spit on the ground 3 times, because otherwise the child that she's carrying will have albinism. Now they don't understand it's a genetic condition. She can never have a child with albinism if she and her husband were not carriers of the gene.
It wasn't easy for me, because when I understood that I was quite different from the others, because when it was time for us to play with the other kids used to avoid me. So that was the time that I actually realized that I'm actually different from the others, because If we went to play football, they wouldn't. Nobody would want me to play in their teams. The other kids. If I passed around, people used to look at me in a way that I'm like, why is everybody looking at me this way? Or why are the other children not accepting me in their teams and stuff like that? So I started stigmatizing myself, because after understanding that other kids don't want to associate with me, I just kept on myself. I used to stay alone. I didn't associate with people. If people came in our home, for example, visitors, I would run and go if it's the kitchen or in the toilet, just to avoid people. So, it wasn't easy as such.
The authorities have been pitifully slow to act. These men, arrested in the past few days, are the first to be picked up. I told my friends they could get money from albino bones, so 2 of them killed a 16-year-old girl. They escaped, and I've been caught. I dug up an albino's grave. I thought the bones would bring me luck, but now it looks like I'll go to prison. 10 members of this tiny minority have been killed in one small region of Burundi in the past 5 months. A shelter has been set up where many now live under guard for their own protection.
Pamoja FM sasa kipindi jahazi la mchezo kinaanza hodi kwa Mwanambai na mwenzangu Hassan Mohamed ambaye baadaye tunaingia kwa kuweza kujadili mawili matatu kuhusiana na maneno ya michezo. Leo wote walikuwa wanacheza michezo pamoja FM kwa mwendo wa saa 3 dakika kwa Radio saa 9 dakika 13 ni kwamba rasmi kipindi jahazi la mchezo kinaanza.